So for my second movie review, I had the movie The Candidate. This movie was made in 1972 and is a satire about American politics. The main character, Robert Redford, plays a Democrat who is running for president. It all starts with Marvin Lucas, who is a political election specialist, and he's currently trying to find a candidate to run against the only other person running, this Republican. No one wants to run against him because the Republican was said to win. The polls were crazy. There's, no race against him, but they still had to find someone on the Democratic side to run. So finally, Lucas finds McKay, played by Robert Redford, who is a Democrat, not a very big name, not many people know him, but the one incentive that Lucas gave him was that he could say whatever he wanted because, he was running against someone he probably wasn't going to win against anyways. This really convinced McKay, so he decided that he would run, and he was just going to be totally honest the entire time. So the movie starts with him, giving his own political views, and then they find the first round of polls, and it says that, he's gonna lose by a landslide. It's just gonna be extremely embarrassing, and McKay is like, I really don't want to lose that badly, I don't want no votes. So Lucas and McKay decide that he's going to be a little bit more conservative. So he starts, saying things that they like. He gets a little bit up in the polls, but still it is very clear that the Republican is going to win. And then eventually McKay's dad makes an appearance where he, says that he's not opposing him, but he's not supporting him. He's just staying out of the race because that's what McKay wanted. And then finally, Lucas gives McKay a proposition. Since the race was so far apart, Lucas, who's the campaign manager, said that they should have a debate. So McKay has a debate with the other opponent, and in the debate, McKay finally says this debate is pointless. We're not covering any real issues. That really gets the crowd's attention. And then afterwards, at the end, when he leaves the stage, there's all these journalists waiting to hear from him, but surprise, his father's there to congratulate him, and so the story turns into his dad actually supporting him. So at the end of the movie, McKay ends up winning, and the last line he says to Lucas is, "What do we do now?" And then all these journalists attack them and start asking questions, and there's nothing, that they can figure out what to do, So he won, even though he never thought he would. This movie is really hilarious. It's a satire, which I obviously like from this movie that we had to watch this week as well, Dr. Strangelove, very similar, just has a different approach on what can really happen in American politics. Pretty good film, really good actors. Like I said, Robert Redford's the main character. It was made in 1972, so even though it's an older movie, it was actually really well produced. But that's it. Thanks for listening.